What is going on, gang? It's your boy Marcus Washington, man, and we on the pre-cook. I promise you, man, this ain't gonna be a long video. I'm gonna try and get up out the way real quick. Um, so tomorrow we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Hold on, let me close this door real quick. All right, much better. So we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, prime time Thursday night, man. And I'm gonna keep it short and brief, man. Your boy Zac Robinson needs to come through. He needs to come through. We've had 4 games. Team has had promising drives, get to the red zone, malfunction. Tampa Bay, 3 out of their 4 games, they've looked good. I wouldn't say they look unbeatable. They've looked good. You look at who they played. They got the Commanders. Commanders are looking like they're on fire right now. They had the Lions, which they won by 4 points, but then they got thrashed by the Broncos, and then they just tore into the Eagles. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles right now. I have no idea, fam. But they're not looking like world beaters. And this is NFC South. You know, this is a team we see twice a year. So I don't expect Tampa to come in here and absolutely beat our brains in. No, but I think this is going to be a tightly contested game, and we need to put up points. I said this Sunday while we were smoking on a Saints pack. Oh, by the way, the Saints fans they've come out of hiding now. They've come. And man, listen, let me point this out, fam. Just the reason why I don't like the Saints. The Saints can't lose respectfully. They can't do that. Now we'd have lost, I'd have took the L. Start talking about what our team needs to do. And kept pushing. But they did exactly what I told y'all they were going to do. They went into hiding. They came out like 24 to 48 hours later. They start talking reckless about how we're trash, but we beat them. Y'all didn't even score an offensive touchdown, man. But y'all still lost. So if we trash, what'd that make y'all? Now they on here with delusions of grandeur talking about, man, we should look at getting Devontae Adams. Man, Adam Schefter said there's only 2 places he want to play. The Jets in New Orleans. Hey, I think we need to take a plug at them. This is what we need to do. We need to give them a Debo and a 3rd round pick. Are you tweaking? Why would you think the Raiders would give you Devontae Adams for a guy y'all call trash and a 3rd round pick when they clearly asked for a 2nd rounder to be in the package? On top of that, y'all can't even afford him. So what y'all talking about? Media ain't even looking y'all direction. Media done picked out 4 other teams. Y'all ain't even in it. The Cowboys, the Jets, who else? The Commanders. I think there's another team in the mix. We get him, it's a march straight to the Super Bowl. And I'm not gonna say, hey, listen, I'm not gonna say it's an impossibility that y'all can get him. in the slight chance y'all are able to pull off that trade, fam, y'all be like 90 million in dead cap, 90 million over the cap in a couple years. Who taking that on? Now, I know there's rumors we looking at them, but we're able to put a better package together than y'all are. Because we can package Kyle Pitts in that deal. Y'all talking about packaging a guy y'all don't even want. We can put Kyle Pitts in the second and call it a day. But then, wherever Devontae goes, he's gonna want a new contract. That's what they do these days. He gonna want a new contract, and rightfully so. That's why I don't think anybody in the NFC South taking a poke at him. I think teams like the Jets, teams like Washington, they're in a better position to take him on. You look at what's going on in New York right now. They're struggling on offense. You insert Devontae in there with Aaron Rodgers. Between them, I think they have over 7,000 yards receiving. And they can probably put a better package together. Saints can't really put a package. Damn, y'all coming off one of y'all receivers. Y'all ain't going to be able to get Devontae Adams, keep Olave, and Rashid. There's no way. There's no way. But I'll let y'all keep up with that delude. We beat y'all. Dude, we beat y'all to the point of where y'all are actually literally thinking y'all going to get Devontae Adams. But that's why I don't like y'all. Y'all can't take an L. Some of y'all can. Small fraction of your families. And I just ran out of my last Saints cigar. But that's all right. By the time we see y'all next time, I have a new one. But y'all can't even take a loss. That's pathetic. We spotted y'all. Wait, we spotted y'all 14 points. No, you didn't. Rashid had Butterfingers. Gave up the butt on that one. We got that one. That pick six, Derek Carr didn't throw that to some. His pick was different than Kirk Cousins' pick. Judon made a play on the throw. And then Troy Anderson made a play on the ball. Then he had to run that motherfucker all the way back to get the touchdown. Y'all didn't spot us nothing. But we ain't have to spot y'all anything to beat you. Think about that for a minute. Matter of fact, they called our only touchdown back on a bullshit hold by Jake Matthews. I had to go look at that again. Y'all saw the end zone multiple times. And if that call never would have been called, fam, the game would have been sewed up. On top of the fact we should have scored on y'all even more. So y'all ain't spot us nothing. We took that. And y'all took that L. But moving on. So when I look at a team like Tampa Bay, Tampa looks good, man. I'm not gonna front. They can score. That's what we haven't really been able to do thus far. 26 points on no touchdowns, that's pretty damn impressive. But I want to see the end zone. So this is why Zac needs to get himself fully prepped, because all eyes at this point is on Zac Robinson. This is how I look at it. So let me pull this up real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Zac's presser, because I'm starting to get concerned. Let me get to these few comments I had. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I was supposed to do it last night, but dude, I came home and just I went to sleep. I was dog tired last night. Country, what's happening, fam? Scooter, what's happening? He says Zac definitely holding our offense back with the play caller. Needs to come out the booth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Jade? What's happening? Ray, what's going on? What's going on? Country says last time we beat Tampa was 2014, 56-14. Yeah. Juwan said, "Did you see that fight yet, man? You know what? I haven't been near a computer since Sunday. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Oh, now it's on here. Okay, hold on. Oh, these damn ads, bro. These damn ads. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if this is the right one. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh Lord. I promise y'all I ain't gonna hold y'all an hour and a half tonight. I promise you. So is this what we're talking about here? Because this site is saying it's from 2 days ago. So let's see.
Come at your ass, won't bitch! Come at your ass, won't bitch! Oh, you bitch! Get him, bitch! Woo! Get him, bitch! Woo! Get him, bitch! Get him, bitch! Woo! Let's go! Whoa! Let's fucking go, boys! Woo! Oh yeah, fuck his ass! Fuck his ass! Fuck his ass!
Fuck his ass. All right. You're gay up there.
You fucking losers! Woo! Go, worthless bitches! Go, worthless bitches! Woo!
All right. If I don't know if that's the fight. I'm I'm kind of like why he got his shirt off to start. Like I don't know. But let me see if I can pull up another one. They said that's from 2 days ago. Okay, it's got to be it because I see another one that's all right. Well, Short Bus says, "Hey Mark, what would be better if Zac came down to the field?" A couple of things, man. When you're in the booth, it's just a different thing. You're calling plays from up top. I'll compare it to you like this. It's different. It's like if you have a phone conversation with somebody, and then you have a face-to-face conversation with somebody. It's different. You can feel that person. Like the communication just seems like it's better, especially on the field. Somebody like Kirk Cousins, think about it. When he's marching off the field, he can't directly walk up to Zac Robinson and say, "Hey, listen, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing that. I need this called. I need that called." No, he's got to get on the goddamn phone. So it's a different interaction. And I feel like for a first-time OC, him being down on the field where he can actually feel, touch, and hear these players talk about, "Hey, listen, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this." It's just a different interaction. And think about it. Not all these players can talk to him from the booth. Also, if he's seeing something, player missed an assignment here or something like that, it's just a different communication. And I look at it like for a first-time OC, this should be, and let me say this, not all first-time OCs need to be on the field. Some are just that good. Zac hasn't proven that yet. And in 4 games, again, we haven't scored a touchdown in 6 quarters. 6. So to me, if I'm Raheem, I'm telling him, "Hey, listen, let's just try this for a game or 2. Come down on the field and let's see how that happens." I guarantee you, fam, this offense would work a lot better if he was on the field. If he was on the sideline, it'd work a lot better. Because again, we're hearing Kirk's frustration. In a win, he's saying we still have a lot of work to do. Who the hell you think he talking to? That's code. So, again, do I think it'll get better? Yeah. But when Shanahan came here, people forget, man, that first year, a little wobbly. There was promise there, but it was a little wobbly. That second year, though, so again, if this is one of those situations, then we, like I said Sunday, growing pains. This is what comes with the first time anything, man. So, but yeah, I'll say this, man. Tampa has been consistent. The reason why I said what I said about the Saints week 2, about them falling off, is because I knew it was going to happen. You scored 97 points in your first 2 games. I'm looking at who you playing. I'm like, I'm not really impressed. But again, you got Derek Carr as your quarterback. Now, I've heard Saints fans talking about, man, look at all these injuries we got. Then here's another thing, and I hate to just be jumping on the Saints, but man, again, y'all predictable. I said this before the game. Y'all were going to be calling for your coach's head, and y'all were going to be calling for your quarterback's head, and I've seen a lot of them do just that. To me, what's hypocritical is this. If you spotted us 2 touchdowns, how do you blame your head coach for that? Your head coach didn't muff that punt. Your head coach didn't throw that pick 6. So, how is it his fault? But again, Saints fans are delulu. Raymond says, yeah, that was a horrible holding call. I went back and looked at it. I'm like, I don't know how they called holding, honestly, when Bijan was past the line of scrimmage. I'm like, okay. But again, man, these refs, dog. These refs. That Cowboys-Giants game, bruh, that was horrible officiating. Horrible. Ahmad says, at this point, give me 3 offensive touchdowns just to see some progress from Zac. Also, keep feeding Tyler. Man, here's the thing. We've seen, this offense between the 20s, they look great. And he has to mix it up a little bit. So when Bijan is back for the handoff, it's going to be an outside stretch. Defenses are preparing for this. However, when Algier came in, they ran an outside stretch and he got yardage. So, but Algier is a little different from Bijan, because Algier, it's one cut and it's north and south, or it's north and south from the jump. With Bijan, he's chocolate McCaffrey. So I definitely agree with Tyler needs to be fed a lot more. If I was calling this offense, fam, I'd have both of them back there. There'd be drives where I'd have both of them back there, like we did in 2016 with Coleman and Freeman. Both these guys can catch the ball in the backfield. Get that line soft. And let me give a shout out to the O-line. O-line been standing tall. Kurt got enough time to make collect call back there. So let me give the O-line some major respect. Defensive line, y'all got to get to the quarterback. Zigzag says, I think we had that problem with Shanahan, if I'm not mistaken, when he first came to the Falcons. Was he in the booth? He might have been in the booth for a little bit. That first year, man, I can't recall. I cannot recall. Bree, what's happening? What's happening with you? What's going on? GA says, what's good, Mark and Falcons family? What's happening, fam? Jonathan says, yo, Marcus, what's up, my guy? Sorry I'm late for the pre-cook. Let's toast us some Bucks hindquarters tomorrow night and take that number one spot. Rise up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Scooter says, Tyler going to give you a true 5 yards per carry where Bijan gets one big run and his stats look good. Bijan to me is more, I mean, the boy's a pure running back, but I feel like he would be a lot more dangerous as a receiving back. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you look at what's going on in Baltimore with Derrick Henry, now that Derrick Henry then got to cooking, they got that boy Hill behind him. He putting in some work. So, and I'm not, Bijan's a way better running back than that boy. But I think where his biggest threat, you saw what happened with that screen pass. He was gone. And you don't have to run him all the time. So that 1-2 punch, you definitely have an advantage right there. And Tyler's been doing this since he got here, fam. A lot of people forget. People have short memories. Your boy Tyler wasn't even supposed to play. He was third on the depth chart when he came. People forget that. Cordell Patterson was the one back in, who was that guy that we got from Kansas City? That guy played one game and disappeared. And then we got Tyler, and then we promoted Huntley. Both those dudes was doing major work. Then Huntley gets injured. Cordell gets injured, and Tyler just has an absolute field day that year. Over 1,000. And wasn't even supposed to play really. So that's a diamond that we found right there. And I feel like you can't go away from that because you got a new toy in Bijan. You should use them both. When we're looking at the wide receivers, it's clear that Kirk Cousins has a connection with Mooney. That's clear. Now, do you make him, and I know a lot of people are like, do you make him the number one receiver? Well, a couple things are happening. Drake is getting blanketed. There was one throw in the Saints game where Kirk Cousins tried to get it to Drake. There were three guys over there. So a lot of your boy Mooney looking good is because they racking it over there with Drake. Now, does Drake and does Kyle Pitts need to fight more to get the ball? Yes. But again, as an OC, it's your job to draw up plays to get these guys open. So Country says Damian Williams. That's I don't even know where Damian Williams is no more. But if I am in a desperate need to put up points as an OC, you are going to see Tyler Algier and Bijan at the same damn time. I can use one of them, and man, okay, I'm gonna stop because I said I wasn't gonna be on here all night. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to Zac Robinson and see what he has to say.
How are preparations going for the?
You love that question to start it off.
Yeah, that's the icebreaker.
That's here, yeah.
That's the.
No, it's going good. Obviously,
Get everybody engaged.
yeah. No, it's been obviously accelerated week. Yeah, thanks for that. Started off nice and easy. Accelerated week, but it's been good. We've kind of got to jump right after the game, which is nice to have those 1:00 home games where you get home and you can kind of start peeking the next opponent on these short weeks. So. Started looking at them Sunday night like everybody did and got the full first, second down, and third down plan done all today, which was good. And then tomorrow just ends up being like a red zone day and just all encompassing. We'll practice a little bit and get on the grass. Guys will move around a little bit. So We are on schedule with the preparation. Obviously got a really good defense, been a really good defense for a long time under Coach Bowles. Ton of respect for what they do over there. Great players, great scheme. So we got our hands full for sure, and looking forward to the challenge.
How do you all address the penalty situation?
Yeah, the penalties are, we can't have those. There's certain situations we're trying to avoid, and obviously it's at the discretion of the refs to call those, and you got to just keep playing. And so those have been tough. Obviously the one with Bijan coming back on the touchdown, you hate to see those, but we're just going to continue to try to clean it up. Each penalty kind of writes its own, has its own story. So definitely trying to eliminate those so we can eliminate those second and longs, first and longs, all those situations that are typically drive killers.
How can you kind of work on that in practice? I know you said they're all kind of different situations.
Yeah.
Is there something you can do to kind of?
It's more just awareness and watching film and understanding exactly how, the refs are officiating these things. And so that's the biggest thing, is just showing the whys and what the ref was seeing on this one and how we can clean it up moving forward.
When you have those injuries on the offensive line, are there things in practice you can do to kind of practice the communication so like those, penalties you're not seeing in game?
Yeah, I think you can try the best to emulate those. Raheem does a great job of putting us in a ton of different situations against our starting defense that we get good on good work every single day at practice. So you're trying to get as many of those as you can. Of course, when the lights are on and, it's a totally different feel out there, but you're trying to replicate it as much as you can in practice. But the game reps obviously go such a long way with those guys. Expect Newsel and all those guys to just be a little bit cleaner this week.
I'm curious, kind of in your head, and I asked Kurt this question after the game. When you're moving the ball, you're getting, I believe y'all are top 10 in yards per game, had over 300 against the Saints, but then not punching it in. How do you, in your head, kind of weigh that? Yeah, it's difficult because the biggest thing you got to do in this league is score points, and we're not scoring enough points. Our defense is doing a great job. We are just not scoring enough points, and so that's going to be continued.
No, let me pause this. We're not scoring any points. We're not scoring any points. Our special teams and our defense scored points. Our offense isn't scoring at all. So you have to score in this league. Playing Tampa Bay, you can't go on the same blueprint that happened with the Saints. You can't go with that same blueprint. You have to start punching the ball in. So we'll keep going.
Emphasis on our side, what we can do to make sure we're maximizing drives, punching the ball in the end zone. When we get down in there, we got to score touchdowns. And so that's something we're constantly talking about. We got red zone day tomorrow. That'll be a big emphasis again tomorrow. But it seems like we're just this close on a lot of things. It might be one thing here, a missed throw, a missed, we're just not connecting on some things that execution wise, you would think, we'll just continue to build that with a new group, getting used to each other, the continuity, got a ton of faith. And of course it starts with us as coaches, just making sure that everything is super clear with these guys so that they can go execute.
Having now called 4 games, having Zac Robinson as a guy you can use, I'm curious from your perspective, what have you learned about the way that Bijan specifically influences defenses?
Yeah, he's a threat at any time to have an explosive play, which is huge from a running back. Anytime you can hand it to a back and he can pop a run for 15, 20 yards, I think we're still, we're close on popping something for, 40, 50 yards with him. And so his versatility as just a complete back, obviously we've talked about the pass protection stuff. That's been incredible. And then just how easily he catches the ball out of the backfield. We don't have to try to force feed him the ball and get some of these plays where, he's really just playing running back and getting the ball in the flow of the offense. But he can dictate so much just because when he has the ball in his hands, the first guy is never making the tackle. And so just got to continue to find ways to keep him in a rhythm. The Philadelphia game is obviously the one that sticks out in terms of him just feeling the flow of the game. But, he's an incredible talent and it's just a great teammate, just a good complete running back.
To that point about the flow of the game, obviously Tyler had the hot hand on Sunday. I'm curious too, from your perspective, when you are up there in the booth and you have a guy who it feels like every time he touches the ball, it turns to gold. How do you balance in your head not
running it all the time?
Yeah. The ball up to him
No, it's definitely. You start to feel that, even though, all the way up in the booth, you can feel the energy of the crowd. You can feel it every time he's touching it. So you certainly want to, keep rolling with those guys when that's the case, but understanding, there has to be a balance still. So, the way our offensive line blocks, you feel like you can call a run at any time, and those guys are going to execute it. And the backs that we have, same thing. So, but it's always going to be about balance and making sure we're keeping the defense as honest as we can.
It kind of actually plays into my question, because I noticed the stats show that y'all are running the ball really well on second down, but not doing so all that often. Is that attributed to the balance thing, or do you wish you could run more on second down? Like, what goes into that planning? Yeah,
I would say, without looking at what the down and distances are, that, we are running those or throwing it. Is it the get back on track situations, or is it, more the second and manageable? Would definitely have to take a peek at that. But, we're going to continue to just, however the flow of the game feels like it's going, continue to call it accordingly. But certainly want to be able to run the football first and foremost to be efficient on offense.
Raheem talked last week about how each of the games so far before the Saints game has been like a different lesson. You've learned kind of something different on offense each week. I guess, has there been a common thread that you've seen through these first 4 weeks, maybe something that's holding the offense back or something that you guys are really trying to figure out?
Yeah, I think we'll always continue as coaches to look in the mirror and say, are we giving the guys the right answers all the time? And so if we can check that box, then it's about, hey, can we execute? And so I think there's been games where we've executed really well. There's been times throughout games we have, and then there's been times where we haven't. And so we're trying to find that mix to where we know we're close to getting over the hump with some things. And guys are they're eager. They want to be the most explosive offense and the best offense in the NFL. And so we're going to continue to work it. But, every game is its own entity, and we're just trying to find those answers every single week.
I'm curious, as a first-time play caller, rookies say, the games kind of slow down as they, get more into the season. Is that the same? Do you feel that for you as well? You're feeling a lot more comfortable?
That's probably fair to say. Just everything, just like your job too, with the more experience you get, the more comfortable you feel with everything. So, I would say going from game one, even the preseason, to now, it feels like it's been an entire season, just based on getting those repetitions and the communication and what that's like on game day with the other coaches, and what your players are like on game day. So you're always, learning things about yourself, about your players, about your other coaches, and all working in collaboration to try to get a win.
Anything else? Yeah.
Been quiet.
Yeah, I was trying to get the things in. Jesse kind of said that, hey, Coach McVay and the kind of got, he played against Baker in the FC North, and he said that he was crediting you and Coach Sean for helping to get him back on track. I just wanted to, flash back to 2022 and. Now since you're facing them on Sunday, what was that like? Yeah, no, it was obviously a whirlwind. Baker got there on a short week. We had the Thursday night game, very similar to this. So it was basically he came in on a Tuesday, a Tuesday night. So he would be getting here like tonight playing a Thursday game. So we got him caught up to speed on some different things. He had some continuity with our offensive system being in Cleveland under the West Coast. So there was a little bit that he could kind of grab from that, but love Baker, great competitor. Have always liked watching him at Oklahoma. I went to Oklahoma State, so natural rivalry there as a Sooner, but he's really talented player, really talented thrower. Just has every throw at his disposal. Great competitor, like I mentioned, and certainly valued the time that we had in LA together. It was tough circumstances that season. There was a ton of injuries. Obviously, we were down a few quarterbacks, and he stepped in, and his leadership that he had the rest of the season with those guys was really cool to see up close and personal. So I know I had a blast, working with him. Liam Cohen, who's his offensive coordinator now, he was our offensive coordinator. And
Now, you would think this would work to our advantage, right? Because Raheem was there. He was there. So you wouldn't expect Baker Mayfield to go off for 4 touchdowns and 350 yards tomorrow. You wouldn't expect that because they have intel on him on both offense and defense. I remember that game. Baker did go off. He did go off. But you notice how the questions are really kind of aimed at him, his, how comfortable he is. And as uh, a first time OC. Now, if this offense does not get off the ground, Raheem Morris got to answer for this because you could have picked anybody and you picked this guy. And we have yet to see this offense unlocked. We've yet to see. I mean, we're 2-2. We just won a game with no offensive touchdowns, right? I've seen glimpses of what this offense could be in each one of these games. And I can say with 100% certainty, this the one holding us back. With 100% certainty. Now, some people be like, oh, Mark, you can't say that because, it's all about execution, this, that, and the other. Fam, we 4 games in. 6 quarters, 0 touchdowns. I can't put that on the players. At some point, you got to look at the play caller, especially when we're getting down there in the red zone. And you have to ask yourself a question. What the fuck plays are being drawn up on these drives? Because again, between the 20s, we look good. I'm not going to say penalties. Every team gets penalties. But you have to have the plays to plug that ball in the end zone.
In LA at the time. So we definitely had some good memories. And that Thursday night game against the Raiders was an all-time for a guy to come in on short notice and to be able to deliver like that in a 2-minute situation. Certainly a game that I know he'll always remember, and us as coaches will, because it was just such a cool experience.
All right.
How's the condensed week treating you?
So this is Jimmy Lake. We're not gonna play this one. I'll probably do something on Jimmy Lake next week, because again, the defense has been bend, not break. We can't get off the field on third down to save our lives in the first half of games. But we're not giving up. We're not giving up the complete draws. But the pass rush. There are some things to be said about the defense, fam, but where I see us going wrong right now, 4 games in, offense, 100%. All these games were winnable. Every single one of them. Now, the Chiefs game, I'm going to put an asterisk on that. Because again, that should have been a touchdown. That should have been a PI, and you got 4 downs to plug it in. And then you decide to go for it on that 4th down instead of taking the points. I can't put that on him. That's on Raheem. I'm not saying Zac is a bad coordinator. Not saying that at all. I'm just simply saying he's not doing enough. This is supposed to be a high flying offense. And we just haven't seen it yet. So everybody's sitting here with bated breath, like, when is this going to take off? We've seen damn near every other team put in work already. We saw the Panthers, for crying out loud, put up a 30-piece. When is Atlanta? And mind you, fam, we didn't score over 30 points. Not a single time last year. So now we up to what? 22 games without putting up a 30-piece? So again, it's like, when is this thing going to get unlocked? Because if the offense can get unlocked, the defense can kind of take some chances. So I think Tampa's going to be, again, a hard-fought game. I see us coming out winning, though. I look at what Denver did to these boys. People can call that a whoops game all they want to. But if we get this, we 3-2, pole position in the South. Playing Carolina right after that. You get these 3 games right here, fam. You get these 3 games right here. You in great position. And now it seems like, you know, when you look at the first 6-7 weeks, or at least the first 6, sheesh. That was a murderer's row of football. We played 2 teams back to back that have each seen a Super Bowl appearance in the last 4 years. One has won 2 of them back to back with a GOAT quarterback on their roster. And we should have beat them. Well, no, almost. We should have. And the offense wasn't even unlocked. It wasn't even unlocked in that game. Beat Philly. Now, should Philly have won? Yeah, you can make an argument for that. But Philly got stupid. And we made them pay for that. Play the Saints. They thought, oh, well, you know, Philly might have been, man, we should have beat Philly. Then they get with us. They lose without us even putting up a touchdown. Last time that happened was 1983. I was 2 fucking years old. 2. And it was the Saints that did it back then. Was it 83 or 86? Who cares? I was a puppy back then. And in every one of these games, I see it. I'm like, Jesus, man, what are we doing? Why did you call that play? When we get in the red zone, I swear I'm screaming at the TV like, Zach, what are you doing? So I think we got it, man. Tampa is gonna be a dogfight, man. These NFC South games always are. They always are. Next time we play the Saints, gonna be a dogfight then. Hopefully our offense is unlocked. But this reminds me of like when you're playing a video game, right? And it's like there's this one thing that's preventing you to get to the next part of the game. And you're frustrated because you don't know where to find, you don't know how to get to this other part. So you're just wasting time looking at, oh, I guess I got to find a key here. I got to do this. I got to do that. Then when you finally unlock it, there is just this, okay, finally. I think that's what every Falcons fan is waiting on right now. They're waiting on the multiple touchdown games. They're waiting for the Kyle Pitts sighting. 0 receptions for 0 yards. Like, I'm at a point, man, listen, I've heard a lot of people make, trade scenarios for Kyle Pitts. And y'all know me, man. For years. Even now. I'm like, if y'all ain't gonna use him, trade him. I don't like the way they've used Kyle Pitts at all. Didn't like the way Arthur Smith used him. Don't like the way he's being used in this offense. So if you're not going to use this kid, trade him. That's where I'm at with Kyle Pitts. Because what last week showed me, they don't really care. Now you look at Kansas City. I think Kelsey ended up almost busting 100. I think he was at like 96 yards. I think he caught like 7 passes. Let me go back and let me look at this real quick. They made sure to get Travis Kelce involved, and I mean they lost their main gun in Rice. I mean they're barely scraping by too. They only won by 7 against the Chargers, who have absolutely nobody. But yeah, Kelce went 7 for 89, so he almost hit 100, averaging 12 yards a carry. So again, man, you got to have something. You can't have 0 yards. And notice nobody asked about Kyle Pitts to Zac Robinson. I said at the beginning of the season, this is your X factor right here. If they can't stop Kyle Pitts, they can't stop a damn thing on your offense. And they ain't doing nothing with him. Some might blame Kyle Pitts. He's a lazy route runner. He don't like to block. Okay. But how Ray McCloud getting more catches than he is? Like, we drafted this guy at 4. We drafted him at 4. How is Ray getting more catches than him? And listen, shout out to Ray. I got no problem with Ray. I want to see Ray excel. Just like Darnell Mooney, just like Rondale Moore when he gets back. But it just seems like, man, Kyle is just out there. There is no game plan for him. He's just out there. And we know the boy can ball. He did it his first year when we had fucking nobody. So all I want to see, man, and I've been asking for this for a while. Len needs to score 28 points tomorrow. That's 4 touchdowns. That's 4 touchdowns. 4. But I'm at this point, I don't care how y'all get to 28. We got to have some touchdowns, man. 6 quarters? Think about this, dog. Think about this. This is why I'm so frustrated at the offense. People are like, Mark, you don't talk about the defense. This is why I'm frustrated. 6 quarters, no touchdowns. You almost beat Kansas City, and you beat the Saints. Without scoring a single touchdown in 6 quarters. So I'm like, bro, if y'all were scoring touchdowns, we'd be looking at the playoffs easily. And this is why I don't fuck with the refs. I will give Zac Robinson some credit for this. Kansas City, Kyle Pitts gets interfered with in the end zone. They don't throw no laundry. None. That would have put us on the 1. We go in for the touchdown. Draws up a screen to Bijan. And they call a flag. Bro, I'm tired of these refs, bro. Every game I watch now, I see more laundry on the field more than I did 3 years ago. Dude, we got called for a false start. I swear. I'm like, how the fuck did anybody false start? And then they said it was a snap infraction. I'm like, dude, nobody's even at the, okay. They can see that, but they can't see a pass interference in the end zone. With the line ref sitting right there. Riddle me that, Batman. And I'm going to be honest, fam. Conspiracy theory. I don't think they wanted to call that pass interference on the Debo, to Darnell Mooney. But it was so fucking blatant, you had to call it. And I see people jumping on his ass. Oh, man, that's the problem, man. You know, he trash, man. Debo trash. However, if he didn't pass interfere, Mooney's catching that and going to the house. He had him smoked. He had that boy in the Foreman grill. And that's what they teach. That's what they teach these corners. Give up the pass interference. Don't give up the touchdown. Now, I don't know why he was celebrating after the fact. like, bro, you clearly PI'd. You clearly PI'd. And I think those last three passes that Kirk Cousins had, was it that drive? I think it was that drive. But he had 3 incompletions. It was the drive he went off the field pissed. I think those are frustration throws. It could be me. But it's clear our goddamn quarterback frustrated. So you got to ask the question, why is he frustrated? It can't be the players. Why is he frustrated? Well, you look at his numbers from last year. Look at what Minnesota is doing now. I mean, I knew Minnesota was gonna be decent. I like their offseason. I didn't see Sam Darnold. I got to give Sam Darnold his credit, man. Boy stepping up, playing good ball. But that's probably what Kirk's frustrated. Like, dude, I was cooking last year. What the fuck are we calling right here? And again, that's why I say Zac Robinson needs to be on the sideline calling these plays. I want to see him succeed. You know, it's his first year. I'm not calling for somebody's job in their first year. I always give a guy a year. Next year, if he calling shit like this, he got to go. That's why I say he's got to get this thing situated ASAP. I don't know what Raheem is saying to. I have no idea. But we'll see. Y'all know Thursday night, man, I'm going to be revved up, ready to watch the game. I got that going. Man, I ain't going to go to sleep till about 2 a.m. I got football. Then I'm jumping on here. We going to chop up good game. Then when I get off of here, I got to catch the series finale of Power. Then there's something else I got to watch too. Yeah, I ain't going to sleep till about 2 a.m. So I'm going to get me some good sleep tonight. And I'm going to bust my ass tomorrow morning, so I can enjoy my night. Hopefully we smoking on a Bucks pack. But I do think it's going to be a good game. I do think it's going to be close. And I like the way Tampa playing right now. See, man, listen. thing about me and how we do things over here, I'll show respect where respect's due. When the Saints played their first 2 games, I said, yeah, they look good right now, man. They look good. They're going to come down, though. And I hate the Saints. But I will give a team their respect when it's due. Tampa looks good right now. And if we come in playing the same way we played Sunday, we're going to lose. Them just the facts. You can't go another quarter without a touchdown, bro. You just can't. And you know, us as fans, we're gonna stick in through thick and thin. But damn, fucking score. This is why I am not on the defense's ass. My only issue with them at this point, they're struggling to get to the quarterback and they cannot get off on 3rd down. Another problem they've had, it's just been consistent throughout the years with Atlanta football. And I've stated this. If the offense goes and scores, it seems like the defense, it's like it's in the contract. They got to give those points right back. Sometimes when we score, I don't even like to watch the defensive drive, the next drive. I don't. And that's another thing. They're not really playing complimentary ball at this point. But a lot of teams aren't. So there's that. But with that being said and done, fam, your boy is out of here. I'm at an hour. I'm done for I'm done for the night, man. This has been the Precook. I will holler at y'all tomorrow after the game, man. Win, lose, or draw, we will be on here talking Falcons football. I'm out, man. Peace.